Welcome everyone to this amazing evening. What a night, what an occasion, 25 years. Nothing happens by itself. We first and foremost thank Hashem for giving us the opportunity to reach such a great milestone. To make tonight and the past 25 years happen, took an amazing team of BINA teachers, office staff, coordinators, supporters, so many of you that are too many to mention. So all I can say is a big thank you to everyone who made BINA and this event possible. You know who you are, and we couldn't have done it without you. As you look around the room tonight, you will see BINA. If you were to spend the day at BINA, you would observe a personal growth class, an in-depth yeshiva-style Gemara shir, a Jewish meditation session, an in-depth Chumash shir with Mrs. Garari, a group of young adults that may not have been to a Jewish event in years, at a Kayemet event engaging in deep discussion with my father, or as he's known lately, Rabbi G, an entirely different group of young adults at our B'nai and B'not Torah program who have come back from the yeshiva or midrasha gap year seeking in-depth learning, and everything in between. My friends, this is what we have here tonight. A mix of ages, backgrounds, from all segments of the Sydney Jewish community, and I want to thank you all for coming out tonight. But let us pause and ask the question, why are you here? What have you found at BINA? Why is BINA important? Why is it vital that we expand this institution to an even wider audience? Why is BINA absolutely critical for the future of our community? These are all good questions, but instead of me answering them in a long speech, we are going to do something different tonight. I'm going to invite you all to participate, to come along with us on a journey, using the power of music with our amazing musicians, Ben and Paul from Chati, who by the way are just about to put out their first album, Ilan and Jonathan. Together, let us experience the story of BINA. So sit back, relax, join in, and enjoy.
As we explore the BINA story, a story that began not 25 years ago, but thousands of years ago, when our leader Moshe Rabbeinu, whose birthday and yahrzeit is tonight and tomorrow, gave us God's Torah at Mount Sinai. It's a story of Jewish strength, resilience, and eternity. At the Sinai revelation, all of us, me, you, and all other Jewish souls, made a commitment. Na'aseh v'nishma. We will do and we will understand. We committed to Jewish practice, the moral code, the rituals, the mitzvot, and the customs. But we also committed to delving into the wealth, the richness, and the beauty of Jewish wisdom. To internalize our connection, bring our Jewishness into our consciousness by exploring, studying, and investigating. About 800 years after Sinai, after the destruction of the first temple, the Anshe Knesset Hagdalah, a group of 120 scholars and prophets of the highest caliber, structured the way we study and formalized what we know as the Torah Shabbal Peh, the oral law. They created a system of Talmudic study which until today is the foundation of all Jewish scholarship, be it halachic, midrashic, philosophical, ethical, or Kabbalistic. You see, they foresaw that the Jewish journey would include ups and downs. They understood, however, that the one constant that would allow us to survive with a strong Jewish identity would be knowledge and awareness. If all Jews would have access to the divine wisdom, if each one of us could engage in the deep why and the what of our Jewishness, we would survive anything. Some 450 years later, the Romans were about to destroy Jerusalem and the temple. The fabric of Jewish infrastructure was about to be dismantled. The very continued existence of the Jewish people as a nation was under threat. Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai, the great Jewish leader, saw that the destruction was inevitable, but he knew that he must save the nation. With brave political intervention, he gained permission for the Sanhedrin to relocate to Yavne, where the headquarters of learning and education would continue. The destruction happened, and the devastation, persecution, and exile followed. But to the dismay of our enemies, we not only survived, but rebuilt and thrived. And ever since, we have never had a time when Jewish knowledge and inspiration was not accessible. For many centuries, every Friday night, at the auspicious holy moment of candlelighting, Jewish women have prayed for the Jewish chain to continue. V'zakeni, they say, bless me and give me the merit to raise children who will be Jewish. And they continue to pray and they say, Banim uvnei banim, give me children and grandchildren who will be wise and understanding, children who will light up the world with Jewish wisdom and good deeds.
Zakei
Story. Not long after the destruction of the temple, the second temple, the great Rabbi Akiva and some of his colleagues visited Jerusalem. They saw destruction, desolation, and they tore their garments. His friends began to cry. Rabbi Akiva began to laugh. Astonished, they asked him, "Why are you laughing?" After a back and forth, Rabbi Akiva explains, "I see a bright future. I see this challenge as an opportunity. I understand the pain. I tore my garments too. But in the ruins, I see the seeds of growth." He went on to educate 24,000 students, but tragically they all perished in a devastating plague. But he refused to give up. Despair is not a Jewish option. And he started again with just 5 students and proceeded to produce the greatest Jewish scholarship in history. He became the source of much of what we study today. He could not be stopped. The Romans tortured and persecuted him because at this time the secret of Jewish survival and eternity had been exposed. That secret that says that as long as we strengthen our identity, our Jewish pride, our faith, our purpose through knowledge and learning, we will always survive, rebuild, and thrive. The Romans eventually killed Rabbi Akiva and 9 other sages, but it was too late. They had already left their legacy, and the eternal chain continued. In 1242, in Paris, at a time of great persecution, the Talmud was put on trial and found guilty, and 24 cartloads of priceless handwritten Hebrew manuscripts were burnt. But we picked ourselves up and continued printing and republishing Jewish books and learning from them. Time and time again, they tried and continue to try to destroy us, but they never succeeded because we held on to our secrets. Take the Klausenberger Rebbe, a Hasidic rabbi, for example. He lost everything in the Shoah. His wife, his 11 children, his students, and everything that he had built up. But refusing to be beaten, he vowed to rebuild. He did 2 things. Firstly, he built a hospital in the newly established state of Israel to physically strengthen and rebuild the Jewish nation in the ancient Jewish homeland. And secondly, he built advanced Jewish centers of learning in Israel and in the diaspora. And because of him and many others like him, the flame of Judaism and Jewish learning is once again thriving in unprecedented ways. With technology today and publication capabilities, the beauty and depth of our heritage has never been more accessible to men, to women, to children. We have won. We have not been beaten. Our secret survived. Every year at the Pesach Seder, we sing the Hi She'amda, and we say Shebachol Dor Vador. Every generation they tried to destroy us, either physically or spiritually. But Vehi, we say at the Seder. This, which which the commentaries explain refers to the Torah, the ability to understand, learn, and read God's divine diary, has kept us and ensured that Am Yisrael Chai.
Allow me
allow me to be personal for a moment. Dean and I both grew up in homes where Jewish learning was a strong priority. My grandfather, beloved Rabbi Levi, blessed memory, was someone who had a love for new ideas. Whenever he discovered a new insight, his face would light up and he would enthusiastically share his learning with others. Later on, inspired by the Rabbi G, who believed that education at any age is vital, and also insisted that we inspire others by going out into the world to ignite Jewish souls, by teaching, sharing, infusing, and caring for others. We were inspired to become part of that journey. In 1988, Dina and I arrived in Australia. After being involved with school-age education for a while under the leadership of Rabbi Feldman, it became clear that we needed to pursue engagement and learning that must continue into adulthood. 25 years ago, with the help and the blessings of Hashem and the support of incredible people, driven by our very dear friend Mayor Mas and his team, BINA was born. Its mission was very simple: to share the richness and wealth of Jewish wisdom with all of the adults of the Sydney Jewish community, no matter how young or old, how engaged they are, or what background they come from. Our goal was to make authentic learning accessible and relevant to everyone in a welcoming, caring, and inspiring way. Over the years, with a commitment to consistency and perseverance, together with a warm reaction, feedback, and guidance from you, the beautiful community of Sydney, there are thousands that have been touched, uplifted, and engaged. Whether it's a class, a one-on-one session, jumping online, listening to podcasts, WhatsApp messages, a mindful minyan, getting people personal advice, the impact, thank God, has been tremendous. And we, the teachers, all the teachers of BINA throughout the years, and the BINA team have gained the most. As the Talmud says, you learn the most from your students. Whether it's the many young adults of Kayemet who ignite thought-provoking discussions, or those a little older who teach us that it's never too late to learn, change, or upgrade Jewish engagement. Whether it's the BINA living students who take Jewish teachings and demonstrate how to apply it to them in their character building, effective communication, improved relationships, or well-being. Or the Beit Midrash learners that show that at any stage one can advance our skills and dive deep into the ocean of Jewish scholarship. You have inspired us, the teachers. You have supported the BINA team, and it is you who have helped build what is now, thank God, a leading and buzzing communal organization of Jewish learning and engagement. This is the story of BINA, not my story, it's your story, our story. We are all part of that story that must now continue to grow and expand its reach, impact, and inspiration. But my dear BINA family, if BINA was critical to Jewish life until now, it has just become so much more urgent. Israel is under attack, but not just the land of Israel and its citizens. Am Yisrael, the nation of Israel, is under attack. And we all need to join the fight and achieve victory. We must pray for and support the holy Chayalim, those soldiers of the IDF on the front line, risking and sacrificing their lives daily for us. The wounded and the captured must constantly be in our mind. We must assist the displaced people, the survivors of Simchat Torah, October 7th, to rebuild. But we cannot only support. We must join the fight as best we can. We must all engage more Jewishly and connect to the beauty of our heritage with strength and pride. When we see images of soldiers praying with tzitzit and tefillin, and we see them singing Shabbat songs on Friday night in Gaza, and yes, when we see many of them asking for Jewish books to learn from and then taking off a few minutes here and there to study as they are fighting the war, we must join them. Friends, now more than ever we must engage, strengthen ourselves and reinforce our Jewishness, standing tall and being proud of what they are defending. My friends, the continuation and the expansion of BINA story is more critical than ever. I ask you, get involved. Study a topic of your choice. Be inspired and allow yourself to be touched and uplifted and strengthen the growth and the expansion of BINA. I invite you tonight to come together and let us all unite and write the next big chapter of the BINA story.